future? Whose future? What do we want? When do we want it? Woo! Alright guys, that's sounding good. So if you know the bit in this one, please sing along, but no pressure. You know, we'll get into the more like audience participation stuff in a bit, hopefully. Oh, we are fighting for climate justice. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. We are fighting for climate justice. We won't stop until we've won. Oh, we are fighting for climate justice. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. We are fighting for climate justice. We won't stop until we've won. We've got a problem on our planet. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. We've got a problem on our planet, and we've got to fix it now. Big oil is burning our land to ashes. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. Big oil is burning our land to ashes, so we've got to stop them now. We are fighting for climate justice. For climate justice, we won't stop until we won. And again, oh, we are fighting for climate justice. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. We are fighting for climate justice. We won't stop until we won. They're obfuscating, there is no waiting. Oh, better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. They're obfuscating. There is no waiting, we've just got to solve this now. Oh, we are fighting for climate justice. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. Oh, we are fighting for climate justice. We won't stop until we've won. One more time. Oh, we are fighting for climate justice. Better chow, better chow, better chow, chow, chow. Oh, we are fighting climate justice, and we've got to stop them now. Thank you! Okay. So, I don't know if you guys are aware, but yeah, we're a bit fucked, aren't we, like, realistically? Did you hear about the government's recent approval of a Rosebank oil field in the North Sea? Ooh! Some scary facts about that one. The total oil burned, if we had to dig up all the oil that this field covers, if we burn it all, it will be equivalent, the emissions will be equivalent to the combined annual emissions of the 28 lowest income countries combined. That's a lot of emissions. That's the biggest oil field that we've ever approved in the North Sea. So it's scary stuff, and I'm really, really not happy about it at all. I've written a song about it, in fact, but it's focusing on the way that oil companies seem to have this idea in their head that if they name an oil rig something kind of flowery and like nice sounding, then no one's going to pay attention to the fact that it's responsible for like climate breakdown and, you know, the death of future generations, all of that sort of stuff. So it's kind of trying to like expose a bit of that. It's called the North Sea Tragedy. Jackdaw, Rosebank, such beautiful names for backdoor operations, turning fossils into flames. Suppose they must have known they'd be rising to fame, like the sea levels, extinction rate, in degrees centigrade. It's a North Sea tragedy, it's a North Sea tragedy. Willow, penguin, it could almost be a joke. I've seen a way to top those two, they must be losing hope. Sat there in the boardroom, racking through their brains, How on earth can we come up with an even less suitable name for this North Sea tragedy? For this North Sea tragedy. Alright guys, I think there's probably some creative minds in the room, right? So I want you guys to come up with a suitable name for this North Sea tragedy. What would you realistically actually call an oil rig if you wanted to sum up just how destructive and evil they were? Anyone shout out any suggestions? What was that? Rattlesnake? Black snake. Yeah, that's Black snake and what? Brilliant. That's black snake. That's brilliant. Any others? Any other more suitable name? What's that? Rishi. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One more. Carbuncle. Yeah, that's real good. Okay, now, what do you reckon their next rig is actually going to be called? Right. So they've gone with Willow. They've gone with Penguin. They've gone with Rosebank and Jacket. If they're making it even worse, what would they go for realistically? Marshmallow. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. All right. Carbuncle, black snake. Why not try them on for size? Today could be the first day you tell the truth instead of lie. And I know that honest marketing's never been your policy. But if you call your next rig Marshmallow, it's a North Sea tragedy. 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 Thank you. Cool. Middle up. Okay, I'm getting instructions from Guitar Tech. The middle is going up. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, cool. Nice. So this next song is it's an ode to all of the people in the climate justice movement who are of an older generation who've been around doing this sort of thing for ages. And there's a lot of kind of like sniffiness, like, oh, what's my grandma doing here? But realistically, these are the people who've been fighting the fight for years and years, and it's sort of like trying to honour that. So it's called Old Folk. Old folk lining up on Baker Street. It's not the bloody revolution that you'd hope to see. They were moving through much more than you and me. They were on the picket lines whilst you were still in nappy. So watch yourself, or you'll soon be shown how much you really know. And if you're wondering why, it's always all the older generation, front line of every single demonstration, in the name of human preservation. It's cause they've lived their lives, they've seen the world in all its permutations, good and bad in every combination. They've decided it's all worth saving. These were the women on the Greenham camp, joined by the men to protest Vietnam. They faced the horses and they faced the tanks. It's fair to say you know we're in safe hands. So watch yourself, or you'll soon be shown how much you really know. And if you're wondering why, it's always all the older generation, front line of every single demonstration, in the name of human preservation. On the M25, flying across the central reservation, with their hands out there in desperation. It makes you wonder, can they save us? lining up on Baker Street might not be the coolest thing you've ever seen. Well, just remember in the 70s, they were cooler than you'll ever be. Thank you. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so there was a reference in that song to the M25. So there's been a lot of actions on the M25 recently. People climbing the gantry. There was an action last year on the Dartford Bridge crossing, and just off oil action. And Marcus and Morgan climbed up and they blocked the traffic along the bridge in peaceful protest, and they're now in prison. Marcus is an amazing singer. If you've been at a demonstration and there's been singing there, then either he's been there or he's taught the person who's singing those songs how to sing those songs. So he's like an inspiration to all protesters who sing or do anything, in fact. And he has actually been threatened with deportation right now because he's German nationality. So it's a song honouring all the people who are in prison right now because of doing climate activism. It's about a guy called Louis McKechnie, but it applies to everybody who's in prison. So just think about that as I'm singing the song. Our friend Louis in a prison cell. Don't know how long it's gonna be until we let him out. Hope that they've been treating him well. He broke the law, it's what he had to do. Had a message and a reason to get it through, and he tried everything else. He was arrested in the name of the law, but his protest was in the name of a different cause. It should be common to the magistrates' courts. Call it compassion or humanity. You could even call it basic numeracy. Whatever you call it, it's been falling short. We'll keep the pressure up on either way. Keep on their toes and on the promise they made. Thirsty out for those coming their way once you're out again. So kick your head up whilst you're in that place. We won't be long before you're back on the ground again. Safe and sound outside the side of the yard and the prison gate. They locked him up, called him a criminal. They call that justice, he called it hypocritical. He'd say at least we're not the ones in denial. They want justice, well he'd like to see how they were fair beneath the judgment of their own jury. He doubts we'll ever see that trial. We'll keep the pressure up while we chip away. Keep on their toes and on the promise they made. Those CEOs and others coming their way once you're out again. So keep your head up whilst you're in that place. It won't be long before you're back on the ground again. Safe and sound outside the side of the yard and the prison gate. Tell the truth is not an easy task. Not when peaceful protests get you put in a police car, then held in prison on remand. That's why Louis living in that cell, for telling stories that he's come to know all too well, and making reasonable demands. We'll keep the pressure up on you away. Keep on their toes and on the promise they made. Those CEOs are always coming their way once you're out again. So keep your head up once you're in that place. It won't be long before you're back on the ground again. Safe and sound outside the side of the yard and the prison gate. Thank you. Cool. So it's a Christmas song, this next one. But it's a different kind, it's a slightly kind of weird Christmas song. It's about like coming home for Christmas and like just going like from shop to shop and thinking like, oh god, it's all just trash, isn't it? Fucking trash. And like, yeah, being involved in like stuff like this, like, you know, being involved in Exile or just up or any of these like climate activist groups, and then feeling just really disenfranchised with the whole kind of setup of everything, commercially speaking, like capitalist speaking. It's sort of a reflection on that and how that impacts you in your day-to-day life. It's called Sleeping Dogs. He walks around the town, he walks around with eyes that know the town this time of year is sweet. But now no matter where he goes, it's only crimes of war he sees. The Christmas lights, they bob and sway inside the shop window display. He stands and stares with eyes that glare, and turns his back and starts to walk away. A quiet call to arms he writes to all the giants on their thrones. Sleeping dogs must wait tonight or face the morning with no home. The migraine light of RGB, the black and white of TV screens. Is this the face of entropy? He hates the way it makes him fall asleep. A quiet call to arms he writes to all the giants on their thrones. Sleeping dogs must wake tonight or face the morning with no home. Sleeping souls with restless quest will find it hard to get their rest. When all around the world is still, the frost sits on the windowsill. Thank you. Right, well, let's go back to that bit about Rosebank. So Rosebank has just been announced. It's in the North Sea. It's the biggest rig we've ever had. And as far as I can tell, the only justification for it is that it might win Rishi Sunak some more votes at the next election. And I think that's really cynical, that an issue as serious as climate change is being used as like a political weapon. I think that's really, really cynical. So in the spirit of that, should we do some more chanting to just like get a bit of that annoyance out of our systems before this next song? So we did this at the emergency Rosebank dinner, right? We divided the room into two, or the march into two, and we had one group saying like stop, and the other group saying Rosebank, and it was quite cool. It had this like nice like stereo effect. So let's give it a go. Like we're in a big group of people. Like why wouldn't we? So yeah, like if I just go like that, and like everyone on this side, you're gonna say stop. And then everyone on this side, you're going to say Rosebank. Does that make sense? And just to reiterate, Rosebank is an oil field. Just so you know what you're talking about. Okay, so. Stop! Rosebank! 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 Stop! bang. One more time, stop. Rose bang, that's time, stop. Rose bang. All right, that feels better. I feel a bit more back in the mood with it. All right, this is my favourite chant, okay? It's, we've just been to this conference with my group, Fossil Free London. We interrupted the Energy Intelligence Forum. The oily money forum. So yeah, this is a great chant. It goes like, well, I'll just do it. You guys follow on. It's great fun. O-I-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You're oily. You're oily. O-I-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You're oily. Oi, oi. You're oily. One more time. O-I-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You're oily. You're oily. Yeah, nice one. North Sea gasoline is dirty, and it's not even ours to keep. We'll be lost by 2030. We don't wake up from this sleep. You're no good. It's clear enough to see. You're no good. And the North Sea gasoline, it's no good. On your conscience, let it be. You claim the reason for these projects is deep concern for humankind, as if the fact you'll line your pockets doesn't even cross your mind. Well, you can take all your greenwashing and hang it out for all to see. You won't wash your hands of this one, because the stain with gasoline. You're no good. It's clear enough to see. You're no good. But the North Sea gasoline, it's no good. On your conscience, let it be. So down your tools and leave your station. The choice is not for you to make. Who gets rich and who gets ruined by the mess that's in your way. You're no good, clear enough to see. You're no good, like the North Sea gasoline. You're no good, and your conscience let it be. Thank you. Cool. Right, this next one we do with my band Wesley, so if you like it, check it out. We're Wesley the Band on Instagram. Wesley! Yeah. We're based in London though, so I don't know if that's particularly helpful. Yeah. London, it's sort of eastwards, up the M5. Past Honiton, Dad. Can you believe it? Diagnose your problem, you don't have a cause. No higher power reaching down to keep the score. Well, if that is the the case, then you can rest assured this is the issue you spent so long looking for. May you find reasons why it's clear how much this issue really means to him. He has to try so hard to fight the urge to quit. 100,000 to see this man perform, and all they got were stupid jokes and metaphors. May you find reasons why it's clear how much he understands all that's at stake. He has to try so hard to keep himself away. 100,000 witnessed every word he spoke. He thinks it's funny when I just don't get the joke. May you find reasons why I know it's not in fashion speaking plain these days, but nobody's listening to those subtle turns of phrase. I've got the microphone, I'll give it to you straight. We've barely got 10 years in which to change our ways. May you find reasons why. May you find reasons why. May you find reasons why. Thank you. How am I doing for time? Yeah.
How many more you doing?
I got 2 more. Cool, lovely. I got 2 more. Noise. Just do more chanting whilst I chew. What do we want? You guys carry on. You guys carry on.
When do we want it?
Thank you. Who's future? Who's future?
Whose streets?
The only reason I'm taking so much time with this is because we all went busking earlier. Me and Spin 2, who are on next, who you should stick around for. And I played this one, and it was so. I had this big crowd of like little kids around me, and I was tuning, and they were like, "Oh, when are you gonna do it? Like, you're wasting our time." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And then I just kind of like watched it. I was like, "Fine, let's play it." And it was so out of tune, they all just left like pretty much immediately. So I don't want to repeat of that, so I'm gonna take my time with it. Not saying that you're all like little children. I'm sure you wouldn't do that to me. It's alright, but let's go. Come all you faithless now, what's happened here, it's like a light's gone out. The candle you once held in doubt, but the doubt that's in your mind. Bring back the old parade, the silent march, the fire brigade. There's no time left to waste, looking for a sign. We're still waiting for the moment to arrive. You get round to making up your mind. We've got one eye upon the time. It seems like waiting for the planets to align. Come from your streets. Come from your lookout keeps, hideaways and quiet retreats. Come fill these soulless streets with the sound of feet upon the cold concrete. Come from your old cocoons, your ivory towers, your waiting rooms. There's a world that's being made for you, and it's looking rather bleak. We're still waiting for the moment to arrive, when you get back to making up your mind. We've got one eye upon the time. Seems like you're still waiting for the planets to align. Come all you faithless now, it's not the time for standing round, watching clock hands ticking down, wondering when the chime will sound. It's clear enough to see there's still a possibility that we might now write history, so we don't all have to drown. We're still waiting for the moment to arrive, when you get round to making up your mind. We've got one eye upon the time. Seems like you're still waiting for the planets to align. Thank you. Right, this is going to be my last song. It's called If the Sky Could Speak. I'm planning to release these tunes at some point. So if you like me hearing, follow me, Jamie_Run on Instagram. But thanks for all being here. This is like really important cause, and I think gathering together and enjoying ourselves whilst we are campaigning on this is like such an important thing to do. Otherwise, you just get burnt out. So yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. It's been wicked. Cool. And yeah, like I said, stick around for spin 2. That's going to be really good fun. I'm not saying it because I'm in it. It's going to be great. Almost done. Cool. If the sky could speak its mind, do you think its words would reassure? Curse the name of humankind for all the warnings we've ignored. We answers blowing in the wind, the hurricanes and superstorms. How can you say you're not convinced? The sky is angrier than before. But listen up, you see, 'cause it's taking advice, share its thoughts and roll to hear. Do you think its words would sound polite, or scream its warnings crystal clear? Whilst the sea may have no voice, it flooded Pakistan last year. Can't you see it's made its choice? The tidal wave across the wind. So listen up, you see, 'cause it's bigger than the rising of the seas. Bigger than the storms, the earthquakes, fires and heat. Your house was burning to the ground, and there was nowhere else for you to stay. Think you'd take it lying down, or pack your things and move away, while your ransom's waiting on the shores. Just think how hard it's going to be. Sky and sea may never talk, the frightened people will stampede. So listen up, you see, 'cause it's bigger than the rising of the sea. Bigger than the storms, the earthquakes, fires and heat. Thanks everybody. That's it from me. Stick around for some popular little tunes from 2.